Alright, so today we are going to start a bad choice run. And let's get started. Hello? Rachel, are you still coming over tonight? Yes, I'm on my way. I should be there soon. That's a relief. I was afraid you might bail. No way. I'm not going to leave you hanging all by yourself. Sit tight. I'm not far from yours. Thanks. I really appreciate you doing this. See you soon. Anita Reynolds, you were always such a scaredy cat. Anita's house was a 20-minute walk from my place. Most nights she's home alone, as both her parents work late. I would have thought she'd be used to it, but lately she's been afraid of being by herself, even in her own home. That is why we decided that I should come over to keep her company. It'll be like a slumber party when we used to have as kids. Even though we've long outgrown sleepovers, a part of me was secretly looking forward to it. It will be nice to go back to those times when things were much simpler. Any excuse to do silly things like stay up crazy late, watch a scary movie, and stuff our face full of sugary snacks. This could be a chance for us to bond. God knows I need something to distract me at this time of the year. Before I realized it, I was already at her door. This neighborhood is so quiet you'd think nobody lives here. I ponder how to best make my presence known. We will do opposite choices. Step up to the door and knock twice. Knock, knock. Coming, coming. Rachel, you made it. I'm so glad you came. Did you wait long? Of course, you're fashionably late as usual. I'm gonna joke about it. I'm gonna try to go through this part faster since it's just kind of like not really changing anything. You know I'm worth the wait. As the one who's always doing the waiting, I'd have to disagree. Right now you're the one keeping me waiting. It's freezing out here. Are you gonna let me in or not? If you're cold, it serves you right. Consider it payback for your tardiness. I knew you were evil. Man, it's been so long since I last visited, I almost feel nostalgic. You should drop by more often. My parents have been working late more and more these days, so you can definitely stay over some more. It's almost like a setup for some corny romantic movie. Your parents are away, you're all alone, and you have the perfect excuse to invite this cute girl over. Pff, cute girl. Where I don't see any. Hey, don't hate, appreciate. You know that I'm a real catch. Is that so? Then how come you haven't gotten yourself a boyfriend yet? Ouch, that's a low blow. Seriously though, thank you for coming over. I feel more at ease having you around. I've been feeling out of sorts these last few days. Let's joke about it. Don't thank me yet, you owe me one. I'm going to enjoy having you at my beck and call. I wonder what sorts of errands I can send you on. Let's see what if I get the munchies in the middle of the night. Someone will have to do a midnight shop run for me. You're so opportunistic. I prefer to think of it as career skills. Future company boss bitch here. Future my boss, more like it. So what's been bothering you? Have you been having bad dreams? Something like that, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I've been having this bad feeling every night for about a week. We've been invaded by a kitty. Like a premonition? Don't say that. That's only going to freak me out even more. It's more like I've been feeling like something's been watching me. You say something has been watching you, not someone. What do you mean? Like I said, it's hard to explain. I've been feeling this each night when I walk home. It's been like this ever since the fog came. Have you noticed the mist on your way here? Yeah, it was kind of creepy. I can see why you'd hate that, having to walk through that every night by yourself. It's been there for about a week now. It's isolated to just the street and nowhere else. Don't you think that's odd? It makes going outside even more eerie, being unable to see what's lurking around me. Is that why you feel eyes watching you, because you can't see what's out there? Probably, but the feeling doesn't go away when I make it home. It follows me inside. Even now, I still feel a bit paranoid. What are you saying? Something is watching you through the walls? No bite, kitty. I don't know. I don't have an answer. It just gives me the creeps. I knew Anita for a long time. We grew up through elementary school together, and she's always been easy to startle. This time is different. She seems genuinely afraid that something bad might happen. It's enough to also put me slightly on edge, but I have to be strong for her sake. The hair on the back of my neck tingles. Was it just my imagination, or was something staring at me too? There's more, you know. Huh? Did you know there have been a few reported disappearances from this neighborhood lately? Seriously, I didn't know that. Yeah, 2 people went missing. There's been no trace of them, no clue about what happened. They just vanished, a handful of strangers with no connection to one another. The police have no leads, so they're leaving open the possibility that they ran away on their own. No way, not all of them at the same time. I know, right? For so many of them to just disappear in such a short space of time is too coincidental. All of this just makes me so uncomfortable. Aren't your parents worried to leave you alone knowing people have been disappearing? People were scared for a while, but that didn't last long. Eventually they just moved on. No one seems to think it's serious anymore. The problem is that there's just no evidence of anything bad happening to them, but the fact that there's been no trace of them worries me. Who runs away without taking any of their belongings? It's so unusual. How can no one, not even their family, do nothing about it and not lose their mind? What if something was actually wrong? Could they live with themselves if they never find the missing people again? I remained silent, feeling somber suddenly. My gaze dropped down to the floor. Things have just turned to a touchy subject. An awkward moment lingered between us. The silence was palpable. Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so insensitive. I was just running my mouth without thinking and forgot. It's okay. It's a long time ago. I should have gotten over it by now, or at least it shouldn't have gotten me bad anymore. Rachel? It's just this time of the year. This was around the time she disappeared. Normally, I don't think about it anymore. After all this time, I learned to forget she's missing. Not really, though. You have to let go a little, or it can eat you up. But during this time every year, it all comes rushing back, and I remember too much. My sister is gone. I may never see her again. It suddenly hits me in one go, and I get all emotional, and I feel guilty about it, because all I'm thinking about is how I feel. Like how I never got any closure, never got to say goodbye to her. My last memories of her were so mundane, it was just another normal day. If I knew that was our final meeting together, I would have cherished the moment, cherished the sight of her, and let her know how much I miss her. But it's such a selfish wish. She could be scared or hurt, and I'm upset about how I feel. I'm really sorry, Rachel. It sucks. I wish I could make it go away, but please don't blame yourself. Let's joke about it. It's funny. To us, a couple of lame, awkward friends. What are you toasting with? An imaginary glass of nothing, since the host hasn't even offered me a drink yet. We can't have that. Come on, let's get out of here. I followed Anita down the stairs to the kitchen, occasionally pointing out something that's changed since the last time I've been here. So what are you having? I have orange juice, tea, and if you're feeling adventurous, I have vodka. Let's try vodka this time. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a third option. There's orange juice, tea, and vodka. We're going to choose vodka. Apparently my face is blocking part of it. Let's hit the vodka. I'm feeling it tonight. Brave girl, I like your style. It's a party, isn't it? What kind of party would it be without some irresponsible boozing? You are joining me, aren't you? It'll be lame if only one of us were drunk. My mom always said you were a bad influence. Smart lady. This reminds me of someone. With our drinks in hand, we move on the living room floor. A lot has changed in the 2 years I've been away. Everything was just as I remember it, except for one addition. Oh, that's new. Here is Naked Lady. I couldn't help but stare. Right in the middle of the room was a large painting that dominated the wall. This painting, oh yeah, we got that from an art auction at this weird place. Dad's been obsessed about it. He couldn't take his eyes off it ever since we got it. What do you think? Are you a fan? The option that I'm hiding is I like it. It's horrible. It's like pre-Raphaelite painting. We did the third one. We're gonna do... We like it. We like it this time. I like it. It's nice. The draftsmanship is excellent. Come on, you can be honest. Tell me what you really think. No, really. I'm not just saying that. It's really nice. Don't you like it? It's horrible. Someone's a harsh critic. No, I'm not. This thing is hideous. From the moment I laid eyes on it, I felt unsettled. I have no idea what my dad saw in this thing. He was so enamored by it that he bought it on the spot. Does your family go to art auctions regularly? Not really, but my parents both love art, and we came across this interesting place that happened to be selling paintings that night. We only went in out of curiosity. To tell you the truth, though, it was a strange experience. We are almost to the point where we'll start seeing some different choices that'll actually have like a spooky effect. The auction house was massive, far bigger than what I expected looking in from the outside. The lighting was dim and the room was filled with a light haze. All the guests must have been smokers or something. The walls were covered in paintings of all shapes and sizes, but they were all portraits. My parents were in their element, and we split off to look around at our leisure. Nothing particularly grabbed me. Most of them were pictures of pretty regular people. Then I saw this one painting. Let me guess, it's the one we're looking at right now. That's right, Sherlock. A week ago I was standing face to face with this beautiful painted lady. Although I thought it was captivating, there was something about it that didn't sit right with me. You and your bad feelings, do you ever not have them? Hey, I'm serious. There's something strange about this painting. It stirred up something in me, and not necessarily in a good way. I stood there for a long time, just staring at the painting, trying to work out what was triggering my senses. That was when this guy crept up to me. I see that this painting has captured your attention, young miss. Yeah, you could say that. What's the background of this piece? Do you know who the artist is? I don't see a plaque for it anywhere. The origins of this piece are not known, I'm afraid. Such a beautiful painting, shrouded in mystery, like the Voynich manuscript, I still don't know that word. It adds to the eerie sensation one feels in its presence. You can find yourself easily lost within its canvas, the serene landscape it depicts, the detailed faces hidden in the background, and the angelic figure at the center of it all. Wouldn't you agree? I guess I am eager to know what this scene is about. We can only speculate, but that is the part of its charm, the identity of the maiden, how she has found herself in such a bizarre land. Tell me, what do you think her expression is showing? How do you interpret her manner? The answer that I'm hiding is she looks afraid, and then she looks defiant, she looks seductive. I think I did defiant before. We'll do seductive. She looks seductive. She is indeed desirable, she radiates confidence, and the viewer can't help but be drawn in by her. How is it possible for an artist to render a figure that inspires such a feeling? It's quite unreal. She's like Venus standing in a strange new world unseen by human eyes. This moment is forever captured in still image, a timeless state, perfection, for the pleasure of all those who look upon her, for generations upon generations to come. When you stare into the painting, do you see anything staring back? What did you say? Anita, there you are! Oh my, this painting, it's gorgeous. What a find. Anita, don't you think this is one extraordinary painting? In some way it is. How precious. What is the name of this artwork? It did not have a name when it came into our possession. However, we have given it one we thought is quite apt. Grotesque Beauty. It perfectly embodies the sinister tone that's mixed with the odd, soothing nature of the piece. A scene that conjures such conflicting emotions surely could not be named anything else. Grotesque Beauty. Grotesque Beauty? Yes, it does suit the painting. I can't seem to take my eyes off it. The woman in the painting, she's just so perfect. She almost feels real. The artist must be a genius to have created something so lifelike. Geez, look at me. I'm all shaken up. How much is this piece? You haven't sold it already, have you? Grotesque Beauty has not yet been sold, sir. You can be the first bidder. Should you be successful, you may take her home with you tonight. What luck. So early into the auction, I find a masterpiece straight away. How much is it? I'll buy it off you right now. Name your price. I'll give you anything. Hee hee, good sir. I see in your eyes the desire of a true lover of art. I believe you are the perfect one to take this treasure for that reason. It is yours free of charge. Guest starring Nala. My God, are you for real? I can't believe my luck. This is too good to be true. Haha, I never thought my night could turn out like this. Dad, are you sure about this? Where would we put it? Don't you think it'll look out of place in our home? Anita, dear, a gem like this doesn't come by so often. It's too good to pass up. Besides, any man would be happy to find a home for this work of art. We have to have it. Before you commit, though, I must offer you one final chance to turn away. That's no. You can leave this painting and go back to your normal life, or you can choose to willingly take the painting with you. Give it a new home and let it grow as part of your life. So what will it be? I'll take it. Congratulations, sir. You are the new owner of Grotesque Beauty. Your life will never be the same again. And then she bites me. What a freaky story. That guy from the auction house sounds like such a weirdo. He totally was. The way he was acting didn't seem normal. He really was a creep. I don't ever want to see his ugly mug again. When did you say this happened? About a week ago. Why do you ask? I was just thinking that the timing of all this is pretty odd. What do you mean? Well, all these bad feelings you've been experiencing lately, you said that started a week ago, around the same time this painting came to your house. Don't you think that's quite a coincidence? It could be, so that doesn't mean anything, though. The fog that's been appearing, it coincides with these events. This might just be me, but does that look like wisps of smoke in the painting? They could even be from a fog much like the one that's hit the streets. What if the painting brought the fog that's to this neighborhood? And that stranger from the auction house was something straight out of a horror story. I don't know, maybe there is something weird about this. Now you're beginning to sound crazy, or are you just trying to scare me? I'm just saying, this thing gives me the creeps too. I see why you've been scared these last few days. I reckon you'd feel better if we took it off the wall and put it away. No way, Dad loves that painting. He'd kill me if he finds out we've been mishandling it. At that moment, there was a knock at the door. Who is that? Sorry, I'm just trying to mess with this thing. I'm not seeing. Oh, this phone. Were you expecting someone? No, I only invited you here. Should we see who it is? Should we open the door? Hello? Who is it? Hello, is somebody there? No one is answering, now what? Should we open the door and see if anyone is nearby? I don't know. I don't really want to. Me neither. But then again, I'm not sure if I'll be able to sleep not knowing what was out there. I think I can hear someone there still. Why won't he answer? Hey, what do you want? Still nothing. We could latch the door chain and take a look. What do you think? I don't know. I'm conflicted. What do you think we should do? Answer the door or don't answer the door? This could end this very quickly, but we're going to answer the door this time. This is a bad choice. Children should never do this. Let's see who it is. At least we'll solve one mystery tonight. Sigh. Okay, let's do it. Alright, you ready? Not really. With the door latched, I open the front door a little and take a peek through the gap. Well, who is it? This can't be right. There's no one there. But we both heard someone there, right? We couldn't have both imagined it. Maybe I should go out and look around the corner to make sure they didn't just walk away. Don't do that. Let's just leave it alone. Hang on, I want to make sure whoever isn't hiding somewhere. There goes my plan to stay up and watch a spooky film. Let's head back inside. We tried to brush off the incident at the door. We stayed up a little longer, idly chatting before the night grew darker and sleep washed over us. The slumber party was nice despite our paranoia. Nita was probably feeling overcautious and afraid, having heard one too many morbid stories. I was glad to be there with her to keep my wandering mind from thinking back to my sister's disappearance. Soon all this anxiety will pass by. It's good that we can help each other through it. Tonight was a bit weird. It was about to get weirder still. Don't know how much time had passed when I regained consciousness. I opened my eyes and see nothing but darkness. A darkness so complete I couldn't tell if my eyes were opened or closed. I waved a hand in front of my face but see nothing. This place, where am I? What's happening? Panic began to surge in me. I spun around, trying desperately to find something that could anchor me to my surroundings. But it was useless. The dark was so absolute, so absent of light. I couldn't help but question if I was even in a physical plane of existence. My lack of sight seemed to sharpen my other senses, and I felt something move. It brushed against my arm, a gentle touch like a faint breeze, but the unexpected made me jump. I reached out a hand to inspect the darkness. My hands touched something that didn't seem to hold a solid form. It broke off and seemed to flow in the air. How did I get here? I squeezed my eyes tight, trying hard to recall the moments that led me here. Oh yeah, that's right. I was in her room. We were having a sleepover. Anita! Oh God, where is she? Hello, is anybody out there? Anita, where are you? Please, anyone, can you hear me? Something moved. Who's there? Though I couldn't see it, I felt a presence emerge in the dark. It was close. Despite the dark, I could almost make out a dim silhouette against the black void. Anita, is that you? Answer me, please. I don't think we should be here. We need to get out of here fast. A weak voice came back in reply. It did not belong to Anita. Rachel, you are not Anita. Who are you? What do you want? Rachel, you must help me. Do you need my help? What do you want me to do? Rachel, I'm trapped. I need your help to get out of here. But I don't know how. I don't even know where we are. What is this place? Tell me. This is a bad place. You shouldn't be here. I've been trapped here for so long. Luckily, it's not too late for you. Who are you? Please, if you want me to help you, you need to tell me what's going on. There isn't much time. You have to help me. Everyone has forgotten about me, but not you. You are the only one who still cares. You want to find the truth. Get me out of here, Rachel. You're the only one who can. Sharp gasp escapes my throat. My heart suddenly jolts, as if shocked back to life from a deadened state. Tears stung my eyes in an instant of recognition. There was a familiarity in the voice that wasn't clear to me until now. The voice I haven't heard for so long, but have yearned for the day I could hear its sweet melody once more. I had lost hope of ever finding her. Hannah, is that you? Do you recognize me, big sis? Hannah. Oh God, I never thought. Where have you been all this time? I've been so worried. Hannah, please tell me where you are. We don't have long. Rachel, you are in danger. What? You are not safe. You must not trust her. I don't understand what you mean, Hannah. What are you trying to say? Rachel, I'm fading away. No, wait, don't go. Please help me, Rachel. Can you help me? Don't worry, Hannah. I'll help you no matter what. I will save you, even if it's the last thing I'll do. You promise? I promise. Don't go, not again. I can't lose you again. Hannah! My eyes snapped open once more. I saw the ceiling indistinct above me. I was back in Anita's room. I stared straight at the ceiling where the streetlights outside the window cast a dim glow. I lay there unmoving for a moment. The sound of my heart pounding was the only sound I heard. Wiping the beads of sweat that trickled from my brow, I noticed my hands were still trembling. I pressed them tight to my chest to steady them, and my breath began to relax. I am safe. It was just a dream. As I calmed down, I remembered something urgent. Anita! My eyes scanned the room frantically. Adjusting to the darkness, I soon made out her sleeping figure on the bedroom floor, soundly asleep. I breathed out a sigh of relief. Thank God she's safe. The memory of the wispy black room was fresh in my mind. For a moment I was afraid that I had truly lost the whereabouts of my friend or even my mental faculties. The experience felt so vivid, unlike any dreams I've ever had before. Most times my dreams are uninteresting. I'm sure I'm not creative enough to conjure something like this. It couldn't have been a mere dream, could it? And Hannah, she was there. Am I this upset over her disappearance that I'd still dream of her? After all the time that she's been absent, I'd never had an encounter with her quite as powerful as this. Can she still be out there somewhere? What if she's close by? Is that why all these strange things have been happening? Not ready to fall back asleep, I lay in silence, listening to the ambience of the room. There was something soothing about quietly observing life as it drifted by. The night can be full of intriguing little sounds that usually go unnoticed in the day. Some time passed, and I was still no closer to falling asleep. As I came on the verge of drifting off, I heard something that caught my attention. Was that just the house creaking? There it was again. Didn't sound like the regular nighttime ambience. Against everything else, this sound stood out for some reason. The pitter-patter was coming from somewhere inside the house, so I couldn't tell where exactly. Was it my imagination, or does the gentle sound seem purposeful? I rolled onto an elbow, sat up, and froze mid-motion, not wanting my movement to mask anything. Silence reigned over the house. Whatever was making that noise was gone still. I think I should investigate it, if only for peace of mind. I look over to Anita, still asleep, and undisturbed by the noise coming from outside the bedroom. Should I wake her up and alert her about what I've heard? She is fast asleep, and I'd feel bad if I disturbed her for something trivial. I wonder if I should leave her. Last time we woke her up, I guess this time we'll let her sleep. What am I thinking? I can't wake Anita for this. Damn it, I'm not a kid anymore, and I shouldn't be letting my imagination get the better of me. Besides, it's unlikely to be anything serious. We are safe inside the house after all. I climbed out of Anita's bed carefully as not to wake her. I tiptoed around her and left the bedroom. The hallway was quiet. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary here. The curious sound I heard before did not return, and there was no evidence of where it originated from. I stood still for a moment longer, listening for any further developments. I must look like an idiot, standing there like a statue. If Anita got up and saw me now, I can only imagine how goofy this must be. That would be embarrassing. Since I'm here now, I might as well check if everything is all right in the other rooms. The living room looked a lot less familiar with the lights out. Not even sure what it is I'm looking for. If this was my house, then anything misplaced would have stood out to me quickly. How could I tell if something was out of the ordinary here? Scanning the room, it seemed to me that everything was how it should be. Maybe this was a mistake. I've been stressed out, and it's making me paranoid. Should have stayed in bed and just gone back to sleep. At least I've made sure there was nothing to be afraid. That should be comforting to know. I turned to make my way back up to upstairs, glancing back for one final check. This time something stood out as odd. Wait a minute, am I seeing things? It was hard to see in the dark. I blinked my eyes, trying to clear away any weariness that might have clouded my vision. What the actual hell? The painting. I took a few steps toward the painting for a closer look, but instinct told me to keep a safe distance. My eyes did not deceive me. Something was wrong. The figure in the painting, she's gone. There was no mistaking it. The space in the painting where a woman once stood was now empty. This disturbing turn of events has left me rooted on the spot, unable to tear my eyes from the hollow canvas. I clutched the top of my head, nails digging into my scalp, hoping against hope that I was still dreaming, that I might wake up at any moment. There was no such end from this nightmare, however. This was really happening. Holy shit, how is this even possible? This is seriously messed up. I suddenly felt weak in the knees. I stumbled backward and braced myself against the wall, keeping myself a safe distance from the painting. I should tell Anita right now. I raced back to Anita's room in a flash. Surprisingly, she was still asleep despite the ruckus I made getting here. Anita, wake up, hurry! Ugh, what do you want? Something crazy is happening. You have to come see. What are you talking about? The painting your dad bought, it really is haunted. The woman inside of it is gone. She's vanished completely. You're kidding, aren't you? I'm too tired for this. I'm serious, you lazy ass. Get up now. We might be in danger. You look like you've seen a ghost. Wait, you're serious? I'm dead serious. Come on, if you don't believe me, you will soon enough. Okay, show me the painting. Oh God, I don't believe it. She really is gone. I told you, didn't I? Your dad shouldn't have accepted a weird-ass painting in the first place, especially from a weirdo dealer. I told... No way, it can't just change like that. It's impossible. This thing is bad. It's cursed for sure. Oh God, what do we do? Before I could answer, our attention was drawn to the thin sheet of fog that suddenly filled the room. Where the hell did this come from? Maybe it came from outside. Did you leave a window open somewhere? No, and even if I did, look how fast this place became misty. It was clear a moment ago. Regular fog can't just appear like this. This night just keeps getting weirder. Rachel, look at the painting. Something's happening. It's glowing. True to her word, the painting glimmered with ethereal energy. It pulsed like the beating of a heart. The rhythmic throb gave it an impression of a living creature. Across the surface, a streak of light rippled outward like the parting of curtains. Now and then light catches the canvas, and it appeared like there was something else unusual about it. The light danced on the surface, and something didn't seem right about the space between the frames. I almost shouted in astonishment when it dawned on me. The painting surface was no longer flat. Inside it contained a new dimension that had disappeared into the wall. Do you see that? The painting goes inward. It looks like there's a tunnel. How? There should be a wall right behind it. It must be some kind of portal. A portal? Where do you think it goes? No idea. As we stood staring at the strange painting, a familiar sound came from above. Did you hear that? Yeah, that was the sound you heard before? Definitely, it's coming from upstairs. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to take a look. I think it's coming from my parents' room. Anita, what about the painting? Don't you think we should take a closer look at it? Maybe we can find where it leads to. Are you kidding me? I think we should stay away from it. Who knows what it is and what it can do. But what if it changes again? It might not stay this way for long. This might be our only chance to see what's happening before the passageway closes. Maybe we'll find out more about what we're dealing with this way. There was something else that I didn't tell her about, though. I felt something coming from the painting. Something called out to me. Was it a voice? A faint memory lingered in my mind. I've seen this place before. If only I could remember it. Last time we investigated the sound. I have a bad feeling about investigating the painting, but let's do that. I'm going to examine it a little closer. It'll only take a minute. Rachel, I don't think I want to go near it. Stay there if you want. Nothing bad will happen, I promise you. The portal will probably close any minute anyways. Just hang tight for a minute. Be careful, okay? I mustered enough courage and stepped closer towards the otherworldly painting. The decisive words I spoke to Anita betrayed the caution I felt, but something compelled me to inspect the painting. Something more than mere curiosity. Each step I take feels heavy, like I'm wading through a thick, invisible substance. I couldn't tell if it was some supernatural force or my body fighting to turn back. Well, what do you see? Not a whole lot. It's quite hard to see anything with this fog in the way. Something just moved inside the frame. Did you see it? It's right there in front of you. Anita's warning didn't reach my ears. The outside world faded into a wall of mist. The boundaries of the room melted away, and I no longer recognized where I was. The world as I knew it was hidden away. All that existed at that moment was me and the painting, isolated in time. We were the only things alive. Oddly, I didn't revel in this strange situation long, as my attention was pulled back to the thing in front of me. The painting was within touching distance. At a second glance, I began to see the silhouette of a figure inside the canvas. Its small form approached me. Rachel. Rachel, you know my name. Who are you? The world inside the painting was filled with a dense fog that hid the stranger. Have you forgotten me that quickly? I can't see you. The fog is too thick. If you come closer, maybe I can see you more clearly. The figure on the other side of the painting silently moved closer. Can you see me now? I strained my eyes. The form of a young girl materialized, but the details remained hazy. I see you. Who are you? What are you doing here? Don't you recognize me? I don't believe... The veil of smoke dissipates a little, enough for me to begin to make out her face. Something had been eating away at me at the back of my mind. I heard that voice before, very recently in another world, but that was only a dream. Even though this all felt just as unreal, I knew I was awake this time. She looked just as I remembered her. It's her little sister. Hannah? Oh my God, Hannah, is that really you? The vision of my little sister was faint, but I recognized her all the same. Sis, you haven't forgotten about me, have you? I could never forget about you. I've dreamed of this moment every night since the day you were gone. I can't believe I'd get the chance to see you again. Oh God, Hannah, it's so good to see you. I've missed you so much I can't begin to tell you. I've missed you too, sis. You look just how I remember you. I'm happy about that. I knew you'd find me one day. You always looked out for me. When I got into trouble, I knew you wouldn't give up on me. Everyone else did, but not you. Just like when I started playing netball in school, I wasn't very good and nobody wanted me on their team. You were the only one who would pick me. You believed in me and encouraged me. You weren't bad. All you needed was confidence in yourself. That's why I knew you'd be the one to find me. I'm your big sister. It's my job to look after you. But I screwed that up. How could I let my little sister go missing for so long? I couldn't get to you sooner. I didn't have any idea what to do. We didn't know what happened to you. Rachel, it's not your fault. You can still help. What happened to you that day? Where did you go? I don't know. I don't remember a lot. Just some small things. Try your best to remember. Just give me something, anything that comes to mind. Maybe perhaps an auction house for art. I was walking home from school. I think I was with somebody. I can't remember who. Anita. I remember trees being cold and wet. I think something bad might have happened. Don't worry, Hannah. I'm here now. I won't let anything bad happen to you anymore. Just tell me where you are. I'm trapped in this strange place. It's not normal. Things don't seem right here. It doesn't work like how things work in our world. Our world? What are you saying? I don't know how I got here, but for some reason I understand the rules of this place. It's like a prison, and there are lots of things stuck here. Right now the door is open, but it won't stay open for long. You have to help me pass through the door. I'll help you, Hannah. Just tell me what I need to do. Hannah looks sheepishly to the side. Whatever she needed was difficult to ask. I don't know how to say this. Is she about to kill her? Hey, it'll be alright. We're family. You can always trust me. Thing is, I can leave this place, but I need to follow the rules. Whoever leaves, someone needs to stay in their place. So I can't come back unless someone else stays behind inside the painting. My heart sinks into a dark corner inside my chest. The realization of what she asked snuffed all hope in me. One of us had to remain inside the painting. We would still be separated. After the unbelievable joy of seeing Hannah again after all these years, the bitterness of remaining apart was too much to bear. Before I knew it, a stream of tears poured down my face, and nothing could stop my sobbing. That's not fair. It's just not fair. We were supposed to be together. How could I make this choice? No matter what I do, both of us won't be going home. The way I see it, it's a lose-lose situation. Rachel, please don't leave me here. I want to go home. I want to see Mom and Dad again. I miss them so much. You have to help me get out of here. You have to. For a while I sobbed helplessly as Hannah looked on. She was remarkably strong for someone of her age and kept a brave face whilst I broke down. So mature and yet so young. She must have been through more than I could imagine. In the vacuum of mist, another sound cut through my cries. Rachel! Rachel! The voice called to me from behind. Anita! It escaped my mind that we were still in her living room. The conversation with my sister inside the wall of mist seemed to last forever. I had forgotten that Anita was patiently waiting for me a few paces back. One moment. Okay. Is someone with you? Yes, I'm with Anita. Do you remember her? We're at her house. Hannah looks at me with distaste, an expression that didn't belong on her sweet face. Why are you at her house? You shouldn't be around someone like her. What do you mean? She's my friend. We're having a sleepover. Hannah fidgeted, clearly annoyed with something. But why does she have this painting in her house? It's her dad. He bought it from an auction not long ago. Is that what she told you? Yes. Where else could it have came from? I don't believe her. Anita, why? I don't trust her. She's bad. I just know it. You don't really know her. What are you saying? Hannah returned to looking away awkwardly. There was still a fire in her eyes. I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember everything. She's just not a nice person. You shouldn't be with someone like her. Rachel, can you hear me? What's happening? What do you see? I find it really odd that from the last playthrough, we know that Anita was with Hannah when she disappeared. But I mean, the last playthrough we escaped, and that was the end of it. So I don't know, maybe Anita isn't on it. Rachel, can you hear me? What's happening? What do you see? Anita's yell was barely audible. Somehow the mist was blocking more than our visibility. I'm here, I'm fine. Don't tell her I'm here. Big sis, listen, we don't have much time left. I can feel the door beginning to close. Like I said before, someone needs to stay behind for me to come out. It doesn't have to be you or me. I look at Hannah square in the eyes. Oh, she's evil too. Maybe it's turned her. You can't ask me that. It's the only way, Rachel. I'm sorry, but we have no other choice. I want to go home. I want to go home with you. It's not right for me to stay here, but I don't want you to take my place. It should be Anita. We can go home together if Anita stays behind. I know it's a hard thing to ask. She's your friend, but there's something she's hiding. I wish I could remember what it is. I don't think it will be a bad thing if she is the one to swap with me. Hannah, you can't talk like that. You haven't seen the things I've seen. What happened to me isn't right. It's not right for me to be here, away from you, and you shouldn't be the one to stay either. I'm tired, Rachel. I want to go home. Let's go home together. Sacrifice Anita, sacrifice Rachel, or leave Hannah. This is hard. I think we're gonna leave Hannah and maybe try to hope to save her later. Oh, what else we could do? Or sacrifice ourselves. Oh, choices. We're gonna have to leave Hannah. We'll find another way to save you. You're always brave, Hannah, in everything you did. When I first started schools, it was a scary place, new surroundings, and so many people from our small household. This was a different beast. I remember how I felt so small in my first days when it came time for you to join. I was worried how you'd fit in. I didn't need to worry, though. You were fearless. You instantly made friends and never hid in your shell. I admired that about you. It made me so proud to see my sister so strong. I'm sorry, Hannah, but I'm going to need you to continue being strong. You don't know how much we all miss you, and I'm thankful we got to see each other again, if only for a short while. But I can't betray Anita. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Knowing the suffering I've been through and losing someone close, I can't put someone else through that. No, Rachel, you can't. Please don't leave me in here. I'm sorry, I just can't do what you're asking me. Please understand. Rachel, don't leave me here. I'll die. You're the only one who can save me. Don't make this any harder for me. I won't give up on you, Hannah. I will come get you someday. I will find a way. The glowing surface of the painting flickers as if the strength of the portal between the two worlds is weakening. Hannah looked to me with desperation. Just give me Anita. It won't be hard. You don't have time anymore. Give you Anita? The room trembled, and the glowing windows shrank smaller as the portal started to close. Hannah! She just stared back without a word. The tremors rattle on, and suddenly stops abruptly. The bright room was plunged into darkness as a strong gust of wind blasted out of the painting. When I opened my eyes, I saw that I was back in the living room. The painting was blank, and the doorway was shut. I held my head in my hands, choking back the tears. A hand touches my shoulder. For a split second, I expected to turn and see Hannah, but found Anita standing over me. Rachel, are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure? You don't look too great. You disappeared into that mist for some time, and I couldn't see or hear from you. What happened in there anyways? Tell her. I saw Hannah. She was inside the painting. What? How can that be possible? I don't know. It seems the painting is a portal to another place, like a wormhole or something. Are you sure it's her? So she's alive then? Seems like it, thank God. Did she say anything? Not really. Really? She didn't say what happened to her? She didn't seem to remember. It doesn't matter anyway. She's gone again. I'm so sorry, Rachel. You've been through so much pain. I wish I could help you carry the pain, but I'm too much of a coward. It's okay. She squeezes my shoulder as we share a quiet moment. We barely get the time to recollect ourselves when the immediacy of our situation catches back to us. That sound, it's still there. Did you see what it was? Anita's eyes widen. I totally forgot about it for a second. I was too worried about you all this time. We need to go check it out. Okay, just don't do anything crazy like before, alright? I was so scared when you left me by myself. It won't happen again. Come on, let's get going. Cautiously, we sneaked upstairs, approaching the bedroom of Anita's parents, the source of the peculiar noise we've heard all night. The hair on the back of my neck pricks up as we find ourselves outside the closed door. Who knows what we'll find inside? After what I've witnessed so far tonight, I was afraid what the answer might be. Pressing an ear gently to the door, I listened intently. Anything? Shh, keep it down. I can't hear anything. Hopefully that means nothing's inside. We should just leave it and go back to our room. Don't be a coward. We need to be sure nothing's wrong. Okay, get ready. I'm going in. I slowly turned the handle and pushed the door open. Anita was clinging onto my arm as she peered over my shoulder. We both gasped at the same time. Naked woman. I half expected to see nothing out of the ordinary. The other part of me was bracing to see a scary monster waiting to grab us. What I didn't expect to find was a stranger in the house, sprawled naked on the floor. She scrambled desperately to create some distance between us and herself. Her wide eyes were fixed on us. Her wide open eyes were fixed on us. She seemed just as scared and surprised as we were. Who are you? What's going on? Where am I? I broke out of the huddle Anita and I unconsciously formed. Evidently, there was no immediate danger to us. I could ask you the same thing. Who are you and how did you get in here? The mysterious woman continued to scream. She was in no condition to answer our questions. Anita stepped forward to try to reassure her, holding up both hands in a sign of amity. It's okay. Please don't shout. Try to relax. You're not in any danger. No one's going to hurt you. This is a safe place. Yes, that's right. We're not here to hurt you. You can trust us, so please calm down. The woman seemed convinced by our earnest pleading and regained control of herself. You see, everything is going to be all right. We're all friends here. We'll take care of you. The woman calmed down and relaxed. Now that she was more composed, it struck me how beautiful she was. Her petite figure resembled a flower. Her skin was soft and fair as if she wore a pearl shell. Her jet-black hair was smooth and glistened in the cold air. She was a beauty I had never seen before. These details were not lost on Anita as I saw her react with a blush. My name's Anita. This is my house. That's Rachel over there. She's a good friend of mine. What's your name? The strange woman sat up slowly, still carrying a look of confusion. I don't have a name. You don't have a name. I mean, I don't remember one. That's okay. It's not too important right now. Can you tell us what happened to you and how you got here? I don't remember that either. I don't remember a lot of things. I do remember a strange place full of smoke. I was trapped there for the longest time. The painting. You mean the painting downstairs? That's right. She's the girl from the painting. I totally recognize her. Nita and I share a glance. Everything bad seems to be connected to that damn painting. I think I was kidnapped. What? There was a man. I've never seen him before, and I don't know what he wanted. He put me inside the painting. It turned out that it leads to another world, a world that's darker and more terrible than this one. I was lost in there for a long time. I don't know exactly how long. It's hard to tell the passage of time once you're inside. There is no night or day. It's hard to tell what's up and what's down. There's nothing to ground yourself with. It makes me wonder if, you go into the painting and you become a monster, and maybe she wants to, exchange one of them with herself so that she could get out. Or maybe she's just a monster? I don't know. Sounds horrible, you poor thing. How did you escape? I'm sorry, that's another thing I can't remember. I don't know what happened to my memory. Maybe it has something to do with being locked up in that place for such a long time. I just remember wandering that strange land forever, and the next thing I know, I'm here. I may not know how I got here, but I'm so glad that I am free at last. Whoever put me in there was a bad man. I'm scared of what he will do when he finds out that I've escaped. Please, you can't let him find me. You have to protect me. Don't worry, we'll try to help you as much as we can. We won't let that guy get you. Thank you. I'm sorry to intrude on you like this. Anyway, you're safe here for now. We'll take care of you while we wait to get the police involved. At the very least, we should get some clothes for her. We can't have her sitting around naked. Anita, do you have something we can dress her in? Yes, there's a dressing gown in my room. Okay then, we should go get that. Wait, what about her? We can't just leave her alone. Someone should keep an eye on her just in case. Last time we had Rachel stay and Anita go, which makes sense because it's her house, but we're going to do the opposite. I'll go get her clothes and call the police. You should stay put and make sure she's alright. She's been through enough as it is. Try to comfort her if you can. She still seems distraught with what's been going down. You can count on me. I mean, I'll do my best. Don't worry, I won't be long. Hey Rachel, yeah? Oh, nothing. Just hurry back, okay? Oh, nothing. I wonder what Anita was about to tell me. She might deny it, but I sensed something was on her mind. I'll have to grill her about that later. For now, the immediate matter is to sort out the situation of the stranger in the house. Standing in the hallway, I took out my phone and dialed the number to the police. As the phone rang, I wondered what time it was. God, it's nearly 4 a.m. I bet there's no chance of us getting back to sleep after this. The phone continued to ring. Why hasn't anyone answered yet? Surely this should be the least busy hour for the police. What's holding them up? A static noise cut through the line. The sharp tone was like a knife to my ear. I considered hanging up when someone finally answered on the other side. Operator, what's your emergency? Hello, I need the police. Someone escaped, kidnapped, and it is taking shelter in the house. We're at my friend's place. Can you send someone over? Before we get to that, we need you to answer a few questions for us. Can you do that, young miss? Sure. Are you and your friend the only people in the house? Well, yes, it's the two of us and the stranger that came out of the... they just appeared inside the house. You just found this person in the house. You don't know how they got there. I don't know, maybe through a window or something. And your parents, where are they? I'm staying over at my friend's place. Her parents are working out of town. About your friend, how long have you known her? Since we were kids. Why do you need to know that? Young miss, we're just asking questions here. They're essentially for us to get a clear picture of what we're dealing with. Don't you have enough to go on? Why are you asking pointless questions? It seems a little strange to me for a someone you claim to have just escaped kidnap to freely climb back into another stranger's house. What are you implying? I'm the one calling you for help. Just send someone over and you can ask as many questions as you like. There is no need to be hasty. Of course there is. We have a stranger in the house right now. I think that is reason enough for you to do something about it. Don't you think there's something you're missing here? Do you believe something can be gained for free? Nothing is free in this world, child. For something to escape, there must be an exchange. What are you talking about? We'll send someone over in time. Just keep an eye on the woman. Wait. How do you know she's a woman? I never told you that. Who are you? The call went dead, leaving nothing but the dial tone ringing in my ear. What the hell was that about? How did he know about her? This is bad. I better tell Anita about this bizarre call later. I tried to put the incident out of my mind and continued to Anita's room, the only thing with the semblance of normality in this house. Standing here felt like stepping back in time before all the madness began, a snapshot of our mundane, quiet lives. Something made me feel like we can't return to those times anymore. Get a grip, Rachel. You can't live like this. Let's just work this out one step at a time. As long as Anita and I are together, we should be safe. We'll have each other's backs. I rummaged through her wardrobe for the robe Anita instructed me to bring. Her room is such a mess, it's a wonder how she ever finds anything in here. Why exactly am I the one looking through her belongings anyways? After searching a while, I found the robe in question. I hope I didn't keep Anita waiting for too long. Nothing is free in this world, child. For something to escape, there must be an exchange. The words from that call echoed in my head. As I walked back to find Anita, a foreboding feeling came over me. Suddenly I felt a surge of apprehension, like a sixth sense, or how animals seem to notice things outside of human awareness. Something wasn't right. I could taste it in the air. All I knew was that I had to get back to Anita as soon as possible. Holding myself back from breaking out into a full-on sprint, I briskly strode towards the parents' room and opened the door. Anita, I have the clothes you asked for. How is everything? Oh my god, that just startled me. What's going on? Anita was sprawled on the floor like a sacrificial offering. Her body displayed in a twisted heap resembled something from a crime scene. Oh, Rachel, you're back, quick. Anita. Not quick enough. What are you doing on the floor like that? Don't mind her. You were gone for some time and it got dull sitting aimlessly in wait. Anita took it upon herself to entertain me with her dancing. And this is dancing? It's interpretive dance. I was following her direction. She has a good eye for art. That's right. Art is an honest expression of the soul. Anita was kind enough to carry out my wishes to play some of the images that's been living in my mind. Scenes of figurative beauty in a mingle of chaos. I don't understand, Anita. You almost gave me a heart attack lying on the floor like that. I thought you were dead for a moment, and all the time I knew Anita, she wasn't good with speaking to new people. For her to enact some sort of choreography for a stranger feels wildly out of character for her. You worry too much. I'm only trying to please our guests. That's what a good host is supposed to do. I'll do anything to make her feel comfortable. If I was weirded out by her display on the floor, I wasn't ready to see what Anita did next. She crawled over to the woman and began rubbing her feet. Her hands worked diligently at massaging her guest. All the while her eyes were fixed on her face. Does this please you? Yes, how very thoughtful of you, my sweet Anita. A look of delight stretched across Anita's face. The compliment greatly pleased her. By the way, I got you something to wear. Here, you should. I extended an arm, offering the garment to the nameless woman, but before I could finish speaking, Anita turned and snatched them off me. Give that to me. She grabbed them off off me with vicious speeds as if it was not proper for me to interact with her guest. Hey, your hands are too careless. You could have bruised her with your clumsy touch. Here you go, my lady. Please wear this. What the hell, Anita? That's totally uncalled for. I'm really concerned with how my friend was behaving all of a sudden. She's too eager to serve this woman. I need to remind her of the situation we're in. Hey, Anita, can we have a chat outside for a moment? Do we have to? Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? It's important. Come on, I need to talk to you alone. Fine, I'll only be gone for a short time, mistress. I'll be back soon. What the fuck happened in, the 5 minutes that she was gone? So what do you want to talk about? Are you okay? What the hell did I just see in there? What do you mean? I left you to mind that woman while I go find something for her to wear, and I come back to see you rolling on the floor and massaging her like some kind of butler. What happened? Why are you jumping through hoops for her? I'm sorry, Rachel. I guess I've been acting a bit weird, huh? It's just, well, she's just so gorgeous, isn't she? I've never met someone so pretty in all my life. I think I'm in love. In love? What are you talking about? You don't even know her. I know, but when you know, right? I mean, she's just so perfect. I've never felt this way about anyone before. Don't mess this up for me, will you? I don't know what to do in situations like this. I'm just trying to make her happy and hope that she can feel the same way about me. Encourage her or warn her? We're gonna warn her. You should be careful. I don't know if I trust her. Why not? She's been held captive for a long time. She's the victim here. Don't you think she deserves the benefit of the doubt? She's also gorgeous. What does that have to do with anything? Look, she's got you completely wrapped around her finger and have you dancing to her tune. It just looks like she might be manipulating you. You're just saying that because you're jealous. What? No. Look, just be careful, okay? Remember that a lot of weird things have been happening tonight. Least of all, the strangers appearing out of a damn painting. I know you're just looking out for me, but you don't have to worry. I can handle this. At this point, I feel like we should have just sacrificed Anita for Hannah, because then at least it would have saved one sane person. I hope so. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Well, I had this bizarre phone call with the police. They kept saying some cryptic and inappropriate things. Have you ever experienced something like that before? No, maybe you called the wrong number. How can somebody get the wrong number for emergency services? Or get the wrong whatever? In any case, if the police aren't going to help us, then we should at least take care of her for the time being. Come on, let's not keep her waiting. Why are you in such a hurry to get back to her? We have a situation here. What situation? The police are inept, so what else is new? You didn't hear the way she spoke, though? His creepy-ass voice, what he was asking, it didn't sound like how a police officer should behave at all. If it wasn't a police officer, who else was it then? Maybe something intercepted the call, like it was blocking us from calling for help. Listen to yourself. You're basing this on nothing. I promise you that everything will be alright. It's late. That guy on the phone was probably drunk and having some fun with you. Now, can we please get going? Anita? Yeah. Stay on your guard, okay? Do that for me. Pfft. Don't be so melodramatic. We returned to the bedroom and was immediately given a fright. We almost walked straight into the stranger standing right behind the door. Geez, you scared me. I heard what the two of you were saying, huh? I thought I could trust you both, but you two were careless. How disappointing. Hey, we did nothing wrong. We've been doing our best looking out for you. So what's with all the accusations? And why were you spying on us? Spying? Oh, that's rich coming from you. You went out of this room to make a phone call. You claim you were speaking with police, but it's clear that you were communicating with someone else. I had to ask myself, why put up this deceit? The answer was clear. You are in on it. The one who imprisoned me in the first place. You're in cahoots with him, aren't you? What? That is such bull. And now crazy Anita's gonna believe it. 'Cause she's like, oh my god, I'm in love. He must be aware of my escape by now and will stop at nothing to find me. This man is very powerful and his reach goes very far. How do I know you are not one of his allies? Because that is mad and we clearly have nothing to do with this. How convenient. I find my way out of that place, and now I'm held inside another captor's lair. You have a gateway to that world here in your own very home. That painting hangs on your wall. Do you honestly believe you can trick me? As for you, Anita, I'm most disappointed in you. Don't think I didn't hear what you said about me. You think you feel love for me, and yet you conspire with this bitch. How can you expect me to return affection to such a treacherous worm? You're disgusting. No, it's not true. It's not true. I don't have anything to do with it. I really do love you. Mistress, I've never felt anything like this before. I would never intentionally harm you. A wild look spreads across Anita's face. She fell to the woman's feet, groveling in a frenzied manner like a dog begging her master for forgiveness. Her voice rose again, only it did not sound like anyone I recognized. The voice was more coarse and sinister. It's all Rachel's fault. She's the one who's been mean to you. She's jealous of you. She's jealous of your good looks and because I'm in love with you. She can't take it and decided to do all these bad things to you. These are mere words, and words can be so full of lies. Are you trying to win me over with more lies? No, never. I worship you, my lady. I want nothing more than to be by your side. You have to believe me. Nothing else matters to me but you. I don't know what shocked me most, Anita selling me out or her sudden subservience to this woman. However, a new horror came over me when I caught the gaze of a stranger. We locked eyes for an indefinite amount of time. She was almost smiling at me with her eyes, a knowing look one might give to an opponent in a game of chess before a checkmate. Suddenly the situation became very clear and there was an understanding between us. A cold bead of sweat ran down the back of my neck. Her wicked eyes continued to smile at me. Is what you say true, Anita? Are you truly devoted to me? Yes, mistress, I will do anything for you. And do you condemn the actions of your former friend who's conspired to harm your mistress? Yes, I do. They're about to throw Rachel's ass in that painting. Then prove your loyalty to me. Your test is to make a great sacrifice, a friend for a queen. Show me what you'll do to those who plot against me. Anita, snap out of it. Can't you see what's happening? Please, this isn't you. Take her now. Definitely should have sacrificed that bitch. 100%. Anita weightlessly rose to her feet, as if lifted by unseen spectral hands. Her back still turned to me. My pleas didn't seem to reach her. Creepy. Sacrificing you next time, bitch. Her head spun around, a horrible expression stretched across her face, something I couldn't imagine any human face capable of pulling. Once again I saw the demented look in her eyes, and I saw no semblance of the friend I knew. Attack or run? Hi. I mean, I guess we should try to run. She is still an innocent human. Anita, please don't do this. My words don't faze her. She lets out an animalistic wail and began sprinting at me full tilt. I didn't have time to think. Instincts took over and I ran out of the room as fast as I could. I didn't turn to look, but I could feel Anita close in pursuit. I ran to Anita's bedroom and tried to slam the door behind me. Anita was right on my heels and threw herself forward, wedging her body between the door. Gave the door a big shove, but Anita didn't give an inch. She thrashed like a rabid animal. Her nails scratched my skin. With inhuman strength, she smashed through the door and flings me backwards. Well, we done now, friends. She stood before me in a challenging stance. I had little time to react. Push her or grab a chair. Yeah, let's beat her with a chair. A weapon would swing things in my favor. I reached out to pick up the chair, but Anita was quick to react. She kicked the chair as I tried to lift it. The chair smacks into my shin. Reeling from pain, I stagger back and fall. Oh, we fucked now. Suddenly, Anita was on top of me. She tried to pin my hands down. Her demented face loomed over me. Saliva spattered about as she screamed and growled. I struggled under the weight of her, twisting this way and that. I wrenched my hands free. Very quickly, her hands found my throat. Strike her. Strike my fist upward, landing some hard blows to Anita's face. Something cracks. In the heat of the fight, my senses were overloaded. Something wet dripped in my eye. I blink it away and see the blurred silhouette of Anita. Blood was trickling freely from her nose and lips. Her eyes burned with fury, intensified by the taste of blood in the air. A scream escaped from me, but was swiftly cut out. Cold fingers tightened around my throat and began to squeeze the life out of me. I gasped desperately for air and clawed at Anita in a fragile way. I imagined myself at that moment like a fish caught out of water, thrashing, mouth agape, in futile fight. My arms go numb. I could summon the strength to dislodge the weight of Anita on top of me. My vision dims. The only thing that lit up in the darkness was the burning light behind the eyes of the possessed Anita. I knew that would be the last thing I'd see. My friend disappeared as I shut my eyes forever. We did say this was going to be a bad choices run, ending for a dog's death. Well then, I guess we're not going to save the sister, and we're not going to get away alive. Okay then. Well, I'm going to cut this here, and then for next run, I'm probably going to start it and go through some of the stuff, and we'll take the same route with Hannah, like going into the painting and talking to Hannah, but we'll still leave her there. And then this time we will stay in the room and let Anita go get stuff so that maybe she doesn't turn against us, and see if maybe we can fight back against her, since obviously Rachel is stronger minded than Anita. So yeah, we will start with that. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.